Hi everyone. Today we're going to be going over the coaching session I had the other day. I'm mainly doing this so I can come back to it and make sure I remember every takeaway we had. So let's get right in. So here's what we're going to do today. First, we're going to go over the session. We're going to go back to the reviews, seeing them again, seeing the mistakes we did and how we could have won those games, as well as what we did before the review, what we talked about. After that, we're going to summarize the takeaways we had, the main learning objectives we have in the next week, or next few weeks, actually. And then we're going to see examples of applying what we learned during this session in games. So, first, we did go over the OPGG, and even if we can see a couple of things here that are interesting. The first thing is that during the first split this year, I did reach Emerald, and the previous peak before that was Silver 2. So that's interesting. We're going to go over that a bit later. And we can also see that I have a 50% win rate, and we're also going to go over that a bit later. So here are all the champions I played, or most of them actually, because the list is a bit longer. Um, Obviously, when a coach sees this, well, don't take my word for it, but it does look a bit scary. It's really messy. But I did explain that the reason for it is because I went through a lot of champions this split. Because the reason I reached Emerald in split one here is because I played Ornn, pretty much two tricking Ornn and Cassante. And it's not the right way to learn top lane. The last split, I didn't really take the game seriously. Whatever. This split, I was trying to do it the right way, so giving a proper try to a lot of champions. We see here I have 69 games on Jax, 40 games on Camille. I did play a decent bit of Olaf in Norms as well. This is only the ranked. So I played Olaf and Norms quite a bit on second accounts. Same thing with Dr. Mundo, Urgot, Nasus, and a few other picks. And right now, so the reason I'm doing this is because I want to set up a champ pool that is going to be working for me in the long run. And I don't want to only play tanks because I want to really learn top lane the right way. I also have a second account, which this is the one I'm using right now because I'm learning Yone, and it's doing pretty decently. So with those champions and these, I think my champ pool for the future is going to be mainly Gnar for reasons I already explained in other videos. But there are no unplayable matchups. It's always going to be useful. It's a very stable pick. Then I'm going to be keeping Yone. I really like playing it. It's my favorite carry top laner at the moment. I'm just having a lot of fun. And the thing is, it's really hard. So I'm going to need, I think, at least a good 60 games before I get decent results with it. So here, I do get decent results here. However, it is lower MMR, the second account, so I think it's a bit skewed. And those unit games are so a bit skewed because there was a couple of free losses there, and it's not a good enough sample size. And finally, my last pick is going to be Galio, which is mainly a counter pick. We did talk about it a little bit, and I think Galio is great these days. And Chippys agree. He did feel positive about it either, and he didn't mind having a more niche counter pick in the pool. So yeah, that's going to be my pool, but I'm mainly going to focus on Gnar in the near future. And the reason I want to focus on Gnar mainly is because I don't think I can put enough focus on both the champs at the same time. And I'm going to choose Gnar because I have good results with it. And yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Like the 49% win rate, obviously it's hard to look at. It's not great, especially when I'm gold right now and I was in emerald back then. But the thing is that I have to keep my mind on is the fact that I'm learning a shit ton of champion this split. And like what Chippy told me basically is that while I'm learning hard champions like Jax, Camille, Gnar, Yone, all these champions, I can't expect my win rate to be good. So yeah, that was a bit of a nice thing of him to say. All right, so next we're gonna go over what I struggle with. And obviously, I'm in gold. I can't say there's any part of my game that is really good. But mainly, the main problem is the mid game. It's costing me a lot of games that we could win, but we lose because of my macro decision, the mid game, lane assignments, everything. And that's what we're going to be going over today. And yep, let's get into the details. Shout out Curtis, I stole your sentence. Right. So the first thing we're going to look at is this game here, the episode 3. And we're going to be going over a few things, and I'm gonna say what he told me during those games. Let's find the beginning of the game right here. All right. So the first thing that was a bit of a positive for him was the fact that I did have a game plan. Against Volibear, what I was saying in the VOD is I'm going to let him push. He's a really strong laning champion. And I'm going to look for farm, grass procs, and just let him push in. And he did get a clean 3-wave crash this game. And I was a bit disappointed about my farm, but he didn't seem to be worried about it too much. And he told me when you don't get push, it's normal to not get like 19 out of 19. What was the problem this time was I just missed a bunch on the tower, which is something I can get better at. This is in my control. And yeah, so this was a weird play by him, flashing on my head, but I did have D-Shield, I did have potions, and I did have a cookie. So here we're in a great position because he doesn't have a flash, and we're doing fine. So we're just gonna keep moving. And the next thing we're gonna go look at, there's not much to say about that. It was a great gank, pushed a wave, run back, recall, and now we're coming back to lane, and there's a great wave state, right? It's coming back right at us. And now we're all set to have a great laning phase. So the next thing we're gonna look at is this trade here at level 6. All right, so we get our first misplay. He told me no matter what, if we can use R in a wall, to use it. My point, my reasoning there was that I didn't want to get an extended trade in his mark. Um, but yeah, he told me it's always better to hit a wall, which does make sense. But we still get a clean kill here. It was really well played. Here, waiting for the mark to go away. Q, Ian, get the kill. Very good all in here. So next thing we're going to look at is at level 9. So we're going to skip forward here a little bit. And here, I do greed for plate a little bit, and Xin Zhao ganks me. I did this. It was good that going for that play because I thought my reasoning was I have Mega, I'll be fine. I was aware that the jungle could gank me, and those are the most important things. The thing is here, as I see him, I went too far. Sorry about that. As I see him arrive here, I could just get the demolish proc before leaping away, and I could just run the other way in this direction, hop over the wall here, and escape that way. And that would have been fine. And that was what I said in the review after. I could have just ran the other way. But yeah, so that was a big mistake. Um, so a bit later, we did get into another bit of an all-in, somewhere around here. And the thing is, with Volibear specifically, even if he's totally useless, I think he was 0-3 in this case, I still can't fight him in his mark. It's just how the champ works. It's never going to work. So here, I still win the fight, but it was way too close. All right, so that was pretty much it for laning phase. So we're gonna get to the main learnings I had this game, which happened right here at 15 minutes. So here I get tower. We see Herald is up, so I'm gonna go for a recall. It's actually just a bit later. right here. This is the most important thing we talked about. So here, the next objective is Herald. I need to be in bot lane. I need to create pressure in bot lane. I'm 6-1. I have everything I need to carry this game. But we see here the main problem of why I couldn't do that is I let Jinx dictate the lane assignments in the mid game, and you never want to do that. What we talked about is like this bus driver mentality. Like you're the bus driver, you're getting the kids to school, you're not gonna let them take the wheel, obviously. You need to make sure, I needed here to make sure I pushed bot lane, I'm the one creating pressure in bot lane, and make sure just Jinx rotate mid. That was the main play, because here I'm just wasting a bunch of time doing basically nothing and reacting to the push of the Volibear. I should never need to do that in this game state. I should never be the one reacting to his push. All right, and that was a big problem. Me reacting to the map state, and where I should be the one putting pressure, and that was a mindset issue in the mid game that I have. I'm trying to reacting. I'm reacting to the map. I'm reacting to other people pushing the wave, and I need to put the pressure. I'm the most fed member in the game right now. I need to put the pressure. I need to take tier twos. I need to do stuff basically. So we're gonna get to other examples where I do the same thing, but it's those main issues that keep coming back, right? Not being at the right side of the map. Here, obviously, the Nasus wanted to play for Herald, so here I should still be bot lane. Jinx should have never stayed there. Yeah, so there's the lane assignment issue, and there's a low pressure mid game issue. And this game, realistically, I should have gotten both tier twos. I'm really fed. I could have done it. And there was another that leads me to another point. So before 14 and 20 minutes, there's a window for me to really look for those tier twos because there's no really important objectives on the map. So most games I'm never going to rotate to the Herald if I'm pushing bot side, right? And I'm not going to rotate to like a second Drake or something. It's not the most valuable objective. So there's a window between 14 and 20 minutes to really look for those tier twos. And we're going to see an example of that later. So here, again, I'm not putting any pressure. There's nothing going on. I'm wasting more time not doing anything. And here, if I pushed the next wave in, so we see here there's a wave incoming. If I'm still there putting pressure, I could already have pushed it, right? Right now. But since I wasn't there anymore putting pressure, I have to go all the way back here. So I lost all the pressure I had. So those type of issue is the ones that are coming back a lot in this game. So we just saw an example here. I did note some timestamps that I'm doing it again. Here, I'm again losing all the pressure to go react to a wave mid, which was a terrible play. At 26 minutes, I'm doing it again. So here, uh, Baron is up. I should be creating pressure in the bot lane. Instead, I'm top reacting to Volibear's push again. And then we're doing it again a bit later. Here, being on top side when I should be bot side, I should never let the Jinx push bot lane like that. It's totally useless. Because now we like I think here we get 2 kills, but like we can't really do anything with it. We can't really play for Baron because Jinx is bot side. And now if she went on top side of the map or mid, you know, the better play would have been mid, and Vex would have been top. If they get 2 kills here, I can always TP and we get Baron, and the game is totally different. So those were the main issues of that game. Low pressure mid game, not getting any tier twos, lane assignment. So those are the main takeaways that game. Right. So the second game we looked at was the game against Garen. We did see similar issues, but in lane there was a couple of better things to look at. Obviously, the last game, the Volibear was really not good. But this game, Garen wasn't great either. But there was a bit of a learning we could have taken from it. So here, great game plan. I'm getting push. Garen is pretty useless of a champion in the early game, pre six, especially pre first base. So here I'm putting some pressure. I'm harassing him, and here I did push the wave back, and I shouldn't have. I should play for the bounce back. But yeah, so we're gonna look at what we talked about. Here we get ganked. It's fine. Nothing happens. It's a Yi and Garen, very low threat, right? And I'm taking the wave here, and there was a bit of a problem here. So when the wave is pushing back, tanking it was the right call, and freezing it, it's a really good play to make. However, when we're trying to freeze, we never want to have this what he called the canyon minion gap, right? So I should have focused this cannon as fast as possible because he's hitting me pretty like harder than the all the other minions, right? So if I kill him faster, I'm gonna be a bit more healthy, and the freeze is gonna be easier. Right. So we're gonna move forward. And we did get a pretty good laning phase again in this game. I think the first thing we talked about was at the recall. So that was a great reset timer. The thing is, against Garen, Tabbies would have been better. But I did go for Swifties. I like the movement speed, but Tabbies is definitely better. All right, and now we're getting to the later parts of the laning phase. Again, here I want to play for Demolish procs and Grass procs, and I do it pretty well, stacking two waves together. Well, here I got ganked, but yeah, stacking two waves together and going for Demolish procs. But I did misplay it, so here I should just stand here and just take the Demolish proc. What we were noticing in that game was I was looking for harass a bit too much, where he has D shield second wind that like my one auto attack poke is not going to do anything in for to help me, right? So I just need to focus really on the demolish trucks. My lead from this lane is going to come from plates and not from kills. So yeah, harass is pretty useless here. We want to stack two waves together to get the demolish proc, and I did misplay it a little bit. I could have done it better. All right, so we're going to skip forward a little bit here. Nothing interesting happens, and I do end up getting towers. The thing is, I could have had it sooner. Um, I think I took a demolish proc with my mini form a bit earlier. So yeah, I did misplay my demolish procs a bit in this lane. But anyways, we want to look at the mid game, right? So we're gonna go ahead, and here again we see Dragon isn't up for 2 minutes. Herald is up. We want to put pressure in bot side. I think they're I can't see because of that thing, but I think their 2-1 is still up. I could just go bot lane, take their tier 2s, make Tristana and Seraphine move mid, and that would be the right play. I would have more pressure, and we could play for Herald. So again, same thing, lane assignment issue. And here, all right, so this skirmish wasn't bad to take. I thought it was bad because we didn't have mid prio, but like I'm so ahead, I'm fed, I got tower, I got 10 CS per minute, and that's another thing we looked at. He was happy with the farm. So here I focused the Garen, but the right play would have been to one-shot the Master Yi with my Graves, right? He was standing right there waiting to hop the wall, and I still focused the Garen. So here, I did rush my abilities a bit, I think, but it's not that big of a deal here because I did get the stun on the Master Yi. So he could have just jumped over, I could have W'd the Master Yi instead of the Garen, one-shot the Master Yi, and then it's a totally different skirmish, right? Where we would get the Herald. Garen couldn't do anything because it would be 2v1, and even if Aurora rotates, it would be 2v2, and the Pantheon could rotate with his R. So now the Graves gave a shutdown to Master Yi, which is never great, and that was because of my mistake. So here we had a big mistake of target selection. And then later in the game, all right, the replay is a bit laggy. But later in the game, we do get the same issues coming over and over again, which is lane assignments and low pressure mid game. So here, I should never be mid, right? Going top when we should be bot is one mistake, and it can be not too big of a deal in certain situations, but I should never be mid. Here, I should just go bot and just ping Tristana, just make her leave bot lane. She needs to be mid. And like even if they take tier one, kill the Tristana, like well like it's I can't do everything, right? So here, and I even lose my flash and die. Very, very bad. And here we're seeing lane assignment issues again. Baron is up. I should be pressuring bot. All right, so I'm gonna stop repeating myself because it's always the same issues. So we're gonna go back to the PowerPoint. All right. So the main takeaways, we have four. The first one is to create pressure in the mid game, which is very, very important. That's how you I think, at least I'm not an expert, but I think that's how you translate your leads in the mid game. You can't just stay top lane even when Baron is up. You can't just be by Dragon doing nothing. So if we play for Dragon, I need to pressure top. If we play for Baron, I need to pressure bot. And to make someone answer my push, that's very, very important. And the really easy NAR games are gonna be when the someone answering me, I can just make progress with him either way, right? Since NAR is range, it's really easy to get demolish procs. And so yeah, that was a big thing. I need to create pressure in the mid game. The second takeaway is be on the right side of the map. So lane assignments, right? We need to be opposite of the next objective, and that's the most important thing. Don't let others dictate the assignments. So be the bus driver, right? I'm the one driving the bus. I'm the one deciding where I want to go, and if someone's in my lane, I kick them out of the lane. It's my responsibility. Third takeaway is focus on getting tier 2s, 14 to 20 minutes. Like I said, there's no major objectives. I'm not going to be forced to rotate. I could rotate if it looks good, but I'm not forced to. So I can just focus on getting tier 2s. In the game against Volibear, where I was 6-1, right, at 15 minutes, I could have forced tier 2s between 14 and 20 minutes really easily. And the last one is during skirmishes, target selection, which is less of a big deal, I think. I think the main takeaways I want to focus on are those three. But yeah, target selection, I do have a tendency to go for the backline, where like killing a Master Yi or killing a Viego in a skirmish could be really, really high value. So here, let's see what it looks like. All right, so for example, I'm gonna get the NAR gameplay I posted on my account a couple of days ago. Um, so we're gonna look here at 14 minutes. We did get a decent laning phase. Our farm is okay. It's not. I didn't dominate the lane. I didn't lose the lane. I was against an Mbessa, which was my first time. One of the first time watching. Shit, I can't talk. Uh, One of the first time versing her. Sorry, I'm French. Not easy. So I got solo killed early, so I played a bit safe. Lost a bit of farm, but here, see that was the learning. So 14 minutes, I push my wave and then instantly recall. I see my team got Dragon. Dragon is off the map, so Dragon will spawn in 5 minutes. So we mainly want to play for Herald. So what I do, I reset, I type me bot, I ping 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. I'm the one going bot, this is my lane. So here I walk, and since my jungle is topside, I know if we see people answering me bot, we'll be able to take Herald for free. So I take tower for free, no one answers. I got a bit lucky there. And Jin was sleeping at the wheel, I guess. I don't know what he's doing there. But I do get the shutdown. And my team can play for Baron. So this is a double win. Here I completely outplay the Lux. And pressuring the 2-2. Here I almost get caught. I'm able to outplay it with the R here. So that looks good. But the main point I have to take away from is here 14 minutes. We take Dragon. All right, I need to be bot. I ping bot. This is my lane. And I put pressure, right, for my team to play for Herald. Yeah, my team complimented me a little bit. Always feels nice. So here, Herald is still up. Dragon is still in a while, so I'm back in bot, right? I need to put pressure. So here, I get the solo kill on... Oh, actually... Alright, not a solo kill, my bad. Alright, so here, after the kill, I'm not going to press tab, but Dragon is about 1 minute away. So we're not playing for Herald anymore, right? We want to pressure and play for Dragon. So I recall, instantly go top, ping on my way top. This is my lane. I need to put pressure before the Drake spawns. And Hui dies. My team gets caught out. Whatever, no big deal. It's an early Dragon. We can give it. And I take tier 2 from that play. Since they choose to contest Drake and play for Drake, no one answered me. So that's a free tier 2 for me. And it's a lot of gold, right? And here we get a TP. I just hold the wall, get the tower, and jump away. So here, again, we see an objective bot. I go top, put the pressure, and now they have to choose between playing for Dragon and killing my team or answering me. And they chose my team, so I got tier 2, which is 700 gold, right? It's really worth for me. It's a great trade. I don't care about their first Dragon. It doesn't do anything. So here, I recall. Dragon is gone. Um, Nash is about to spawn. So what do? It's me bot, right? It's me bot. So I type me bot, me bot. This is my lane. I ping on my way. And I got lucky. Ari respected my call because I made a great play bot earlier, so I guess they trusted me. But yeah, so I go bot and I need to pressure bot. So that's exactly what I do. The only one answering me is Jin right now, so I can just take tower in his face. And there I see 4 people going for me, right? I did get my blue trinket and ward this brush over here, so I had some vision. And I see them, all 4 of them, going for me, so I just run away. And my team gets Nash for free, which is great. And here I go for a bit of a suicide play. I was scared the Rammus was gonna go steal it, which maybe I should trust my team. Maybe I should. Ideally, there would be another ward that I could TP to, but I would just wanted to make sure we got Baron. So I did go for a bit of a crazy play here, but it did give enough time for my team to get Nashers. So yeah, it was a bit of a crazy play, not the greatest, but we did got Nashers, so that was worth for me. And here, again, now Nash is gone, so I want to pressure top because the next objective is going to be on bot side. So here, push the wave completely. We see Dragon is about to spawn. I want to put pressure, right? My goal is not to waste my time. I want to put pressure on their base so they feel the need to answer me instead of going for the Dragon. So that's exactly what I do. I go in their base, take their tower, Mbessa answers me. And Mbessa can't kill me, right? So I'm just taking tower in the face, ult her away. And then Jin had to respawn as well. So now we get a Dragon for free. I use my pressure to rotate to the fight, and here I go and keep Rammus from joining the fight. And so here we see from this point, right? We have Soul Point, we got a Baron. I got in their base on top side. So this game is in a great state, and we do end up winning that game pretty easily a bit later. We see the next objective is going to be Baron, so I'm pressuring in bot side. And here I do see an opportunity to rotate to a play. I got I got shit on a bit by this Rammus. I forgot I can't eat him during his Q, right? But yeah, I'm very tanky though. So I do survive, get a kill, and my team is ahead, so we win those skirmishes every time. So I did opt to recall here, and then I'm straight back bot because Nash is about to spawn. So I want to put pressure on bot side. Put pressure, and then I rotate to my team, get a skirmish, and then 3 dead. We get mid tier 2 and Baron. And then we end the game on that Baron, right? So it's really those mid game concepts really won that game for us. So here, after the Nashers spawn, um, my team wanted to play for Drake. I saw the no danger. My team is ahead. We win that. Chase the Jin, go on top side, and end the game. So we really won that game with our learning from the coaching session, right? Our lane assignments, being the bus driver, we put a lot of pressure in mid game before objectives, and yeah, we didn't see a good example of target selection. We took both tier 2s between the 14 to 20 minute mark, so that was a great game by using the learning objectives. All right, so after seeing what it looks like, the last thing I wanted to go over was the last few games I had. So we can see here, very successful. I had 4 out of 5 wins. And obviously, we can't look at a small sample of size and get conclusions, but I did feel a big positive difference before and after the coaching session, mostly in my mid game. And I feel like it really helps. It helps me see how I can win the game as a top laner, right? Because the laning phase is great and all, and it's the most fun part of League, it's the most important part, but at the end of the day, that's not what makes me kill the Nexus. Um, so last thing, I will put Coach Chippy's lane. Sorry, I will put Coach Chippy's YouTube channel in the description if it interests anyone. If you guys want coaching as well, it's all in there.